Today on how to cook shitty Persian food, you get your fucking shit out of the way, toss it on the floor, get your potatoes, your Red Bull, and fuck the toothpaste. Realize your workstation is covered in fucking water, so you take a fucking towel and you wipe that shit and... Oh fuck, that wasn't water. Oh, fuck. To get all the fucking vodka out of the way, you go underneath here and you fucking find the biggest boy pot you can find and you just toss that on your stove like that. Actually, before you toss it on the stove, you might want to bring it here and just fucking just put water. Oh god, oh fuck. Hey, there we go. Fill that up with a whole bunch of water, and then you turn your tap off to save the planet, because fuck yeah. And then you carefully transport this. Two hands, I needed two hands to do that, but now we're in there, dog. So then you go to your stove and you're like, fuck it, this isn't pussy shit, so you put that shit on max right away. While you're waiting for your water to boil, you realize you forgot how to cook this shit, so you go back to your computer and you look at the instructions and you realize, oh fuck, I don't have half of these ingredients. Turns out you can't boil eggs and potatoes in the same pot, so we're gonna go in here and we're gonna grab another pot. Yeah, I like this one. Because you're a responsible motherfucker, you bought a brand new fresh carton of eggs just to use for this exact purpose, and then you realize, oh fuck, there's one missing. So you ever so gently fucking take your eggs, and you just, oh fuck, did I drop that? Did it crack? Oh, we good boys, yeah boy. Because you're a good fucking Persian cook, you never cook just for yourself, you always cook for your roommates as well. So you want to put a whole bunch of eggs in there to make sure they're nice and satisfied. As stated before, this isn't no pussy shit, so we put that shit on max and let that shit boil real good. And in the meanwhile, we go ahead and we fucking clean up our potatoes. Now, a lot of you are probably asking, Serge, why is Red Bull included in your fucking recipe? It's not. I just never sleep, depressed as fuck, and I need something to pick me up every now and again. So you crack your Red Bull open, and you go for the drink. Once your Red Bull's done, you take it, you fucking crush it like a fucking little piece of shit can it is, and then you just throw it. You gotta take your potatoes that you bought, hands-picked, fucking Supreme Select, Sarouche Select, and you wash them, because they're fucking dirty. So a little life hack for you guys, if you have potatoes, you can actually take a knife and cut around it. That way when it boils, the skin comes off really easily. But I ain't no bitch, so I'm not doing that. Once your potatoes are in your pot, you'll realize that you've actually overfilled it, and that if it starts boiling, it's going to spill everywhere like it already has. So you just have to keep an eye on it. Because fuck. While you've been staring at your pot, you realize that the clock on your stove doesn't work, so you don't know how long the eggs have been cooking, so you just kind of eyeball it. And touch the water, and if it hurts, oh fuck, it does. While you hope to fucking god that nothing gets burnt, you go to your freezer and you get your bag of mixed vegetables, but the issue is I only need the fucking corn and the carrots. What you do is you get 2 bowls and you pour a bunch of the frozen fucking vegetables in there, and then you start hand picking out the ones you doing this, you start asking yourself, holy fuck, why didn't I just buy fucking corn and carrots? And then you realize that you're a fucking idiot and that you planned this poorly. Had I been a smarter man, I would have done what I did with the peas and bought them canned. I didn't realize it came with peas in here, so I could have just taken out the beans and would have... Standing here splitting fucking corn and carrots and debating my existence and my existential crisis, it turns out my eggs are fucking boiling, so... I stopped caring, and now I'm just eyeballing it. I'm letting a few peas pass because like I'm gonna be putting some in there anyways, but fuck the beans. Fuck this. Turns out I actually am a bit of a bitch because I took it down from max to medium because like it was splashing everywhere and I don't want to have to do more cleanup than I already do. So yeah. If you leave vegetables in your freezer for long enough, you actually extract the vegetable juice and turn it into an ice ball like this. Once you're satisfied with the vegetables you've separated, you have to do like a small like look through, and then if you find any beans like this one, you take it and you throw it. Cooking your ingredients, your roommate comes home and says she doesn't fucking like eggs or mayo, so now you have too much food for yourself.
It's like a nut.
So apparently a surefire way of seeing if a potato's done is you take a fork and you stick it in it, and if it can go in it, it's cooked. If it can't, it's not. That's not cooked. This shit up is to put a lid on it, so you have to go into your fucking cabinet and find the biggest lid you can find, and then put it on top and realize it's too fucking small. Your roommate's friend, who's a lot more competent than you, find the actual lid for it and put it on top, because you can't be trusted to handle things like an adult. Bonus to this is that now if the water starts splashing, it can't actually splash out of it, so this has been a great success all around. Oh fuck. The only way you can be certain that your cooking is actually effective if you look at the pot and you're concerned at every moment that it could blow up and kill somebody.
You said pot.
Turns out neither your girlfriend, her friend, or your roommate actually like eggs or mayo, so you just made food for yourself. Pizza! And now they want to order pizza. So because you have no regard for your own personal safety, once your eggs are done cooking in the boiling water, you actually take your hand and just grab the eggs out of the hot water.
You fucking bitch.
And just... Now, like a responsible adult, you take the boiling water and you just kind of pour it down the sink. It is now, bitch! Alright, it's gone. Now that your eggs have been sufficiently cooked and cooled down, you just take it and you smash it, and then you just start peeling off the shell. Because, yeah. You realize what a fucking tedious task this is and wish you never started cooking this shit, but you're too deep to quit right now, just like the rest of your life. So you just commit. So it actually turns out that 2 hands are better than 1, so instead of being a fucking idiot, I actually put down my phone and decided to peel all the eggs, and I just realized this is disgusting. So a really good rule of thumb with food is if you don't know how long something's supposed to cook for, just cook it for a really, really long time, and 9 times out of 10, it'll be done at one point. If you remember earlier, we actually drank a Red Bull, and right about now is when that shit's starting to kick in, so you're gonna feel a lot more hype and a lot more happy, but really you're just as sad on the inside. I think it's safe to say that my potatoes have now been cooked, so then you have to go through the tedious task of actually taking them off the stove, and as your roommate passes by, you realize you're gonna burn yourself. If you miraculously manage to not burn yourself on your potatoes, a good rule of thumb is to actually put cold water in it, so you could actually start peeling the potatoes and not burn yourself even more. So you notice right now, once we pour the cold water on, they start to self-peel a little bit, which means that you won't have to touch them longer than you have to. That means your hands will stay clean and free of sin, which is always good. So peeled potatoes, you just grab one, just like that, you take it out, and you just kind of peel the skin away. See how easily that comes off? Oh man, look, oh boy. Somehow your long list of mental health problems doesn't actually include OCD, you can do a half-ass job of peeling your potatoes and somehow still manage to sleep at night, which is always a plus. As with the eggs, again, still turns out 2 hands are better than 1, so I put my phone down and peeled them, and I realized that it's a fucking disgusting and gross thing to do, because God. Now, because you don't have a bowl nearly big enough to have all these ingredients in it, you actually want to take the pot you cooked your potatoes in and take a paper towel and just wipe it. Now to take a can of peas, you have to take your can opener and kind of just squish it there and somehow manage to turn it while holding your camera, just like that. A really good trick to defrost frozen vegetables is take some hot water, or just some regular water, put in that much, and then put this in the microwave for a minute.
What? I'm like dying.
So once your vegetables have been in the microwave for a minute, you take your hand and you just tap the water, and if it's warm, that means you're good. So now that you have all your components, you actually just want to toss them into the pot like that. Yeah, and then you want to just... Now that the peas and those guys are in there, you want to take your eggs and just do that. Yeah. So because you're a fun, energetic guy, instead of putting these potatoes in regularly, you actually want to take them and just like basketball them in there. Kobe. 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4 potato. Don't forget the potato that got cut in half because of my excessive peeling force. There you go. So you might think that this is it, but actually it's not. You have to put chopped off pickles. What? Oh. Before I was so rudely interrupted, you actually have to put chopped off pickles in it. Now I went for the dill pickle nor garlic kind, and if you replace the B with a D, it becomes dip. I will comment that potato skins are actually really healthy for you, and whoever doesn't eat it Their bloodline is weak and they will not survive this winter.
Laundry!
So a little known fact about pickles is that they're actually cucumbers that were never hugged as a child. So they became really salty and they shrank and then became this. So once you've chopped yourself an acceptable amount of pickles, you actually just take the pickles and you just kind of let them fall in. Now, because we're the only ones eating this, you can actually just take this pickle.
I want some.
Oh. So I know what you're thinking is, Sarush, what the fuck is this mess? Now don't worry, we still have some more ingredients to put in that's really gonna bring it together, I promise. So another ingredient required in this mixture is actually olive oil. So what you do is you take the lid off and you just kind of eyeball it. That's enough. Now the most important ingredient of this entire concoction is mayonnaise. Oh baby. So the recipe called for, I think, 2 cups of mayonnaise if you had like 3 potatoes, but I have like 6, so we're putting in 4 cups of mayonnaise. Now if I was a better cook, I'd actually measure it out, but I'm not. I'm just gonna get it. That wasn't enough, so we gotta keep going. Just keep fucking. Once you and the mayonnaise are both fully satisfied, and you'll tell this by how much mayo came out of it, you can then move on to the next part of this recipe. So the next part is you go back to your fridge, and then you find the mustard. There it is, Frenchies. Then you pop, you pop the cap on the mustard, and then you just give a little. Oh fuck. Give it a little squirt. Be sure to actually shake your mustard before you do that, and then once you've shooken it up enough, you pop the cap again, and then you just actually squirt out some mustard. So this is what it looks like before it's getting mixed. I'm gonna have to use my hand to actually mix this because I don't have tools for this.
Yeah, they want.
Before you start mixing, you just want to open your spice cabinet and grab some salt and some pepper, and you want to add that too. You also want to grab your little plastic lime, add lemon, and get some of the juice out of that as well. Just squirt it on top, just real nice and slow. But be sure to check the expiry date. Now you can't read this, but there it is, 2018, so we're good. So we just go squirt. So make sure to really wash your hands, and then once you do that, you just want to get in there, but I haven't washed my hands yet, so I'm not going to do that just right now. So now that my hands have been sufficiently washed and dirty again, now you just got to get in there and start squishing shit up, and just listen to that beautiful audio.
Now that's what good pussy sounds like.
So now that your ingredients have been sufficiently mixed and it looks like some sort of vomit, you put it on a plate and you serve it with bread. So I know that some of you white folk may think that this is absolutely disgusting, but all my Persian peeps that follow me on Snapchat will know what this is and will be very, very happy for my great success. So now what you do is, because you don't have time to wash it, you grab a bowl out of your sink, you put it next to your pot, you take a spoonful, and then you call it a day. Thank you all that watched this far on my journey on how to make a traditional Persian mess. I hope that you follow these instructions and you have great food in your future.